What is going on, friends, and welcome back to the Minecraft Hub channel. Today we're going to be looking at some pretty incredible end island transformations. These things are absolutely insane. You have the danger of falling into the void the whole time, and these builds always come out looking incredible. Not all of these are in survival Minecraft, although a majority of them are, so I'll let you guys know which mode these ones are actually in. First up today, we're looking at Shulkercraft, and they are in survival Minecraft. They are a duo team and built a pretty incredible transformation. What I really like about this transformation is that on the ring that they actually built individual little huts over each of the portals, and I think that's actually an incredible idea. They're all pretty much the same basic design of hut, but they switch in between Blackrock and Endstone, and I think it makes it look incredible. I really like their choice of blocks throughout the whole thing. It's a lot of very end related blocks, so it fits in with the overall theme of the end. They also give you a complete material list of everything they use for this, and it's pretty massive because this build took a very long time, and it was all in survival Minecraft, so they had to go and collect all the materials. I really like this build that they did right in the center to cover up the end portal. I think it's a great looking design, and I really like the look of this whole island. It looks absolutely incredible. They put a build over the obsidian where you spawn into the end, and they even put pathways to absolutely everything here. I also love that they put trapdoors on all these smaller portals so that you can easily enter them without actually having to use an ender pearl. You can instead use the laying down mechanic in Minecraft and go right into it. The next island transformation we're looking at is by Smallish Beans, and this was actually done with Creative and World Edit, so keep that in mind, but it is still a very incredible build. I love it, and it was actually just uploaded a few days ago. He covered the entire island with moss and then went ahead and started terraforming the whole thing. He included rivers, which I think look absolutely incredible. He did a great job texturizing not only the banks of the rivers, but even the bottom of the river with dirt and stone. Definitely looks very cool. And then he went ahead and started working on some builds to go into this thing. He went ahead and spawned in some giant spheres, or half spheres rather, that would be the domes of what he was actually going to build, and I think this was actually a very incredible build. You can see all the detail work he did through here, a lot of birch, sandstone, endstone, all combining them very well. He of course used deep slate and I think some basalt in there, and then a lot of the various blue blocks that are in the game. It's definitely a very cool looking build, and I really like the end product of it. The end portal is of course in the center of this domed room, and I think it looks incredible. I love all the various blue blocks that he used through here. Definitely a very cool looking block palette to combine them together. It's of course a lot of prismarine and then some cyan concrete, it looks like. Definitely a very cool build. He then went ahead and started designing some trees which would go on the outside and really complement the building. He designed two different types of trees and then copy and pasted them over the island. Definitely a very cool feature. Without these trees, this island would definitely be pretty bland. The detail of this build is really what makes it. I really like these tree designs that Smallish Beans did, and if you've watched him in Empire's SMP or anything else he's uploaded, he definitely has a very cool looking custom tree design that he made. He then connected up the obsidian spawn platform with some prismarine, birch, and it looks like some warped logs, and definitely made it look cool. It's all dripping water off of it and looking overgrown. Definitely a very nice looking feature. He connected it up to the rest of the build and made a very nice looking pathway to go along with it. One of my favorite parts of this build, however, is what he added in last, and that was actually these stars that he built around this thing. He used tinted glass and different lights, mostly sea lanterns, to actually make these very cool looking diamond shaped stars all around this entire build. And of course, to top this build off, he built a flying dragon going all the way around this. Definitely a very nice final feature to really make this build pop. And the dripstone teeth really just look amazing in that dragon. Overall, great build. Next up, we are checking out Wadzy, who did a hardcore end island transformation, and while it may not be as crazy as some of the others we're looking at today, I still think it is a great transformation, and he did this in hardcore Minecraft. This was definitely a very big project. He had to dig out all the end stone that you can see here, and he was replacing it with grass. Then he went ahead and covered that with bone meal, and actually did some builds and some trees, things like that throughout this place. To do some additional texturizing around the edges here to make it look like the grass is actually going down, he used green wool, and from up top this actually looks really good, especially once he starts bone mealing this place. It definitely gives a very nice texture and outline to all the dirt areas over here. Next, he built a small little house in this area just to give it a nice build that you could use as a base when going to the inn. He turned the spawn platform into a cave that goes all the way up to the island, and then you open up into this paradise looking land. He's also covered all the outside with the inn brick so that you actually can't see what else is out there other than the giant obsidian towers. You can see here the nice little house that he finished off, and he made this whole place look very nice and like a place that you could actually live, even complete with a couple farms. Next up, we are looking at a very highly requested one, and this is by Logical Geek Boy. This is from his survival world, and he was giving a world tour to Impulse and some others, and this thing is absolutely insane. He's gotten rid of the island, and right here you can see there are a ton of different builds here, but the biggest one, and as actually his main base of the season, is this giant Death Star build. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll definitely recognize a lot of these builds. There are also some builds from Star Trek as well, but this whole thing is basically a sci-fi fantasy. It all looks amazing. He spawned in on the Millennium Falcon, and he's actually got Han and Chewie up in the driver's seat, of course guiding the Falcon. Over here he's got some TIE fighters, and they are of course chasing the Millennium Falcon, and this was all for his 100 episode tour. Definitely go and check out Logical Geek Boy's channel. Not only does he have some pretty amazing builds such as this, but he's also got a lot of tutorials for super simple redstone designs and villager breeders, everything like that in his channel. And if I haven't said it already, all the links to the channels we featured today will be in the description down below, so you guys can go and check that out. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button as well, and check out the rest of our Minecraft content. Let's go back to today's video. We also can't forget that right next to the Death Star is actually a Star Destroyer. That is, I think, producing iron as well. This thing is absolutely insane. You can see it's actually dropping iron golems right out of the bottom of it down to a platform down below, which is how he was collecting iron. This thing is very cool looking, extremely detailed. I love the look of this. It looks like a lot of stone variants, some iron bars, different light mechanics, things like that to bring it all together. Definitely a super cool build. And as I mentioned, this was his main base in survival Minecraft. So in here, he of course has a storage room with every item that you could need. He's got everything laid out. A lot of his farms actually feed right into the storage room. You can see he's got an automatic sorter system up there, and he even has items that can go from the overworld right into the end and then sort into this system. Definitely a super crazy but very, very, very cool build. The last build that we are checking out today is by Jack the Ripper, and this was on the Anarchy server 2B2T. It is Space Valkyrie 3, I believe, and this thing looks absolutely insane. The craziest part about this is that this build was actually on an Anarchy server, meaning that it could be griefed at any point. It of course was griefed at some point and destroyed, but while it did live on the server, it was absolutely incredible. This is definitely one of the craziest builds in all of Minecraft, and of course it was in the end dimension. This thing definitely took a lot of work. You can see the sheer scale of this, and as I said before, it was on an Anarchy server, which makes it even crazier. You can see in the center there are a bunch of different farms. This is basically a spaceship that you could live on in space, with the idea that there are farms and things to sustain life. This was definitely a great base design for somebody playing Minecraft. That is all that we have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button as well so you can check out all the rest of our Minecraft content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.